Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Y&R spoilers, mole operation revealed, hiring blunders explode, and Amanda faces legal crisis. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease viewers might witness a mole operation, a significant hiring blunder, and Amanda Sinclair's, Mishael Morgan, upcoming legal troubles. What is this? There are still plenty of surprises in store for Genoa City, prompting us to consider the direction of some major story arcs. Another legal crisis? Amanda Sinclair, Mishael Morgan, has been absent from the screen since the chaos in Nice concluded, but it's likely that a new legal issue will arise that needs her expertise soon. Kane appreciates Amanda's counsel as his reliable attorney, so he might reach out to her with urgent news if another crisis strikes. Eventually, Amanda will have to return to Genoa City, which could mean dealing with a mess or devising a clever plan to assist Kane. Kane might discover new ways to challenge Amanda's loyalty, so keep an eye out for updates on Amanda's future and how Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, will be involved. The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that surprises are on the horizon in GC, so be sure to catch all the excitement. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y&R right now. Come back here often for the Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates. What is this? Y&R spoilers, mole operation revealed, hiring blunders explode, and Amanda faces legal crisis. The Young and the Restless is never short of explosive drama, but the latest spoilers tease a storm of betrayal, corporate missteps, and legal jeopardy that could shift the balance of power in Genoa City forever. With whispers of a mole operation inside one of the town's most powerful companies, disastrous hiring decisions that backfire spectacularly, and Amanda Sinclair finding herself thrust into a professional and personal crisis, the canvas is set for storylines that will leave fans glued to their screens. What begins as quiet suspicion soon snowballs into a tangled web of deception, where alliances are tested, friendships strained, and reputations shattered. At the heart of it all lies a mystery that could expose secrets long buried, with Amanda caught in the crosshairs of a legal firestorm that could destroy everything she has worked for. The mole operation storyline kicks off with quiet rumblings inside Newman Enterprises and Chancellor Winters. Both powerhouses have been battling for supremacy in the cutthroat corporate world, but when documents start leaking to rivals and strategic moves are being undercut before they're even finalized, suspicion runs rampant. Victor Newman, ever the master strategist, smells betrayal and orders his family to lock down information flows. But it doesn't take long before he realizes the enemy may not be outside, it may be sitting within his own walls. Victoria Newman, still reeling from previous clashes with her father and siblings, finds herself under scrutiny even as she insists her loyalty remains with the company. Yet her past missteps and shifting priorities make her a target for whispers. Audra Charles, the ambitious player who has aligned herself with various power figures depending on which way the wind blows, becomes another suspect. Could Audra have once again overplayed her hand? Or is she a convenient scapegoat while the true mole hides in plain sight? At Chancellor Winters, the situation isn't any calmer. Devon and Lily Winters have been working tirelessly to rebuild their brand's stability after multiple internal clashes, but the mole storyline suggests someone close to them may be feeding information to competitors. Billy Abbott's erratic behavior and history of going rogue make him another target of suspicion. While Billy insists his focus is on protecting the company and proving himself to his family, even those closest to him wonder if his impulsive streak may have compromised their operations. The idea of a mole being exposed threatens to tear apart not just corporate strategies but family bonds, as accusations fly and alliances begin to crumble. But the mole is only the beginning. In the wake of these betrayals, hiring blunders explode into public view. Executives at Newman Enterprises and Chancellor Winters are forced to confront the reality that some of their latest recruitment decisions have opened the doors for disaster. At Newman, whispers suggest that one of Victoria's hires may not be who they claim to be, with their resume riddled with half-truths and their loyalty divided between personal gain and corporate duty. This revelation sparks outrage, as Victor reminds his children that loyalty cannot be bought on paper, it must be proven in fire. Meanwhile, Lily faces her own crisis when a promising new hire begins making decisions that backfire disastrously, costing the company millions and leaving shareholders restless. These hiring failures don't just impact profits, they also expose weaknesses in leadership. Characters who have long been painted as powerhouses now find themselves facing questions about judgment, oversight, and their ability to hold the reins of companies that mean everything to their families. For Lily, the hiring blunders threaten to undo years of work proving herself as a capable leader alongside Devon. For Victoria, every failure is magnified under Victor's watchful eye, a reminder that she still lives in the shadow of the great patriarch who demands perfection. The explosions from these blunders ripple far beyond boardrooms, creating personal conflicts as characters are forced to face the consequences of trusting the wrong people. As if corporate betrayals and hiring disasters weren't enough, Amanda Sinclair suddenly finds herself thrust into a legal crisis that could cost her not just her career but her sense of identity. The brilliant attorney, long known for her strength and moral compass, is blindsided when a case spirals out of control. Details surrounding her involvement in a high-stakes lawsuit threaten to expose her to accusations of misconduct. Was she set up by an enemy who saw her as a threat? Or did her own attempt to bend the rules for a client land her in dangerous territory? Amanda's crisis becomes more complicated when her ties to Devon resurface. Though their romantic history has faded into the background, Devon remains one of the few people who knows Amanda's deepest vulnerabilities. As her legal battles heat up, she turns to him for support, forcing both characters to confront unresolved feelings. This complicates Devon's current relationship with Abby Newman, sparking tension and jealousy. Abby, fiercely protective of her bond with Devon, begins to worry that Amanda's re-emergence could threaten their stability. The courtroom drama also promises to pull in other Genoa City heavyweights. Michael Baldwin may find himself either as Amanda's ally or opponent, depending on the circumstances of her case. If Amanda's reputation as an attorney crumbles, it could create opportunities for rivals like Christine Blair to reassert their dominance. Amanda's professional crisis therefore becomes a power struggle within the legal sphere, adding yet another layer of intrigue to a city already drowning in scandal. The emotional toll on Amanda cannot be understated. Having fought her way out of a troubled past and earned respect through sheer determination, the possibility of losing everything is devastating. Her legal crisis isn't just about her career, it's about her very sense of self-worth. Will Amanda find the strength to clear her name, or will enemies lurking in the shadows finally succeed in bringing her down? These three intertwining arcs, the mole operation, the hiring blunders, and Amanda's legal crisis, set up an electrifying few weeks on the young and the restless. With stakes this high, characters are forced to make choices that could redefine their lives forever. Betrayal, ambition, love, and revenge collide in ways that will leave no one untouched. For Victor, the mole hunt may be another opportunity to demonstrate why he remains the most feared player in Genoa City. For Victoria and Lily, the hiring disasters test their leadership like never before, forcing them to decide whether they are strong enough to learn from mistakes or destined to repeat them. And for Amanda, the legal storm threatens to destroy her, but it could also ignite a comeback that silences her doubters for good. The beauty of these arcs lies in their unpredictability. A mole can be anyone, a hiring blunder can turn into a shocking twist, and Amanda's legal nightmare can evolve into a redemption story that inspires fans. In true soap fashion, the lines between personal and professional lives blur, making every decision resonate with consequences beyond imagination. As these storylines play out, viewers will witness friendships torn apart, families divided, romances tested, and legacies threatened. The Young and the Restless thrives on drama rooted in power struggles and emotional depth, and these spoilers promise exactly that. Whether it's Victor's relentless hunt for traitors, Victoria's desperate attempts to prove herself, Lily's struggle to keep her company intact, or Amanda's fight to save her career and dignity, the stakes could not be higher. Genoa City is about to erupt with secrets revealed, betrayals exposed, and battles fought in boardrooms and courtrooms alike. For fans, the only guarantee is that the fallout will be unforgettable. Y&R spoilers: Phyllis plays with fire, Victor's power-tested, and Kyle's dangerous gamble. The young and the restless is turning up the heat again, and this time, the spotlight falls on three power players who thrive on risk but may finally be pushed to their breaking points. Spoilers tease that Phyllis Summers is once again dancing on the edge of disaster as she plays with fire in her personal and professional life. Victor Newman, the Titan of Genoa City, is forced to confront challenges that even he may not be able to control, testing his legacy in ways that could change the Newman family forever. Meanwhile, Kyle Abbott finds himself in dangerous territory, gambling not just with his career but with his heart and his future. The explosive intersections of these three storylines promise betrayal, shocking twists, and a cascade of consequences no one sees coming. Phyllis Summers has always lived on the edge, but her latest schemes may finally backfire in ways she can't talk her way out of. Fresh off her resurrection from presumed death and her desperate attempts to repair fractured relationships, Phyllis finds herself slipping back into her old patterns. Whether it's meddling in Daniel's love life, inserting herself into Summers' decisions, or tangling with power players in Genoa City's business world, Phyllis simply cannot resist stirring the pot. The problem is that her manipulations may finally cost her the few relationships she has left. As spoilers tease, Phyllis is preparing to take risks that even her allies warn against, ignoring red flags in pursuit of control and validation. But this time, the stakes are higher. Phyllis could be facing financial ruin if her business ventures implode, emotional devastation if her children turn their backs on her, and even legal trouble if her games cross lines of fraud or sabotage. The woman who has always believed she can talk her way out of anything may find herself in a corner with no escape. For fans, the question becomes, will Phyllis finally learn her lesson, or will her addiction to chaos define her once and for all? Victor Newman, the unshakable patriarch, is facing his own reckoning. For decades, Victor has been the master manipulator, pulling strings to protect his empire and his family. But spoilers suggest cracks are beginning to show. The mole operation swirling around Newman Enterprises has exposed vulnerabilities Victor didn't think existed. Rivals smell weakness, and his children, each with their own ambitions, begin questioning whether Victor's iron grip is still the right way forward. For Victoria, every mistake she makes is magnified under her father's critical gaze. For Nick, the burden of protecting the family legacy weighs heavier than ever. Even Adam, forever the outsider, sees opportunity in Victor's faltering dominance. Victor's true test lies in whether he can adapt. The world of business is changing, and his old-school tactics may no longer be enough. Yet fans know one thing: Victor Newman never goes down without a fight. The spoiler buzz teases that Victor may unleash a new strategy, one so ruthless it could alienate his children for good. But in his mind, betrayal from within is worse than any external enemy. For Victor, maintaining power isn't just about control, it's about survival. Kyle Abbott, meanwhile, is playing his own dangerous game. Still reeling from the collapse of his marriage to Summer, Kyle is trying to carve a new path forward. But his desperation to prove himself, both in the boardroom and in his personal life, leads him into risky territory. Whether it's aligning with the wrong allies, overstepping his authority at Jabot, or falling into a questionable romance, Kyle's gamble could cost him dearly. Jack Abbott watches his son with growing concern, but even Jack may not be able to save Kyle from himself this time. Spoilers hint that Kyle's choices may entangle him with Audra Charles, a woman who thrives on ambition and knows how to manipulate men for her own gain. If Kyle allows himself to fall into Audra's orbit, he may discover too late that she's playing him as much as he's playing her. The fallout could damage not only his career at Jabot but his place within the Abbott family. And with Harrison's well-being always hanging in the balance, Kyle's personal mistakes could have heartbreaking consequences for his young son. The beauty of these three arcs, Phyllis's fire, Victor's test, and Kyle's gamble, is how they overlap and collide with other ongoing dramas in Genoa City. Phyllis may find herself clashing with Victor as their interests cross. Kyle's questionable moves could intersect with Victor's empire building, creating unlikely alliances or bitter rivalries. And Victor's own struggles with his family may provide the perfect backdrop for Phyllis to insert herself into Newman chaos, adding more fuel to the fire. What makes these storylines so compelling is their unpredictability. Phyllis could crash and burn or rise like a phoenix once again. Victor could either reassert his dominance or face the twilight of his reign. Kyle could prove himself as a cunning power player or lose everything in one reckless gamble. Each character stands on the edge of transformation, and the choices they make now will ripple across Genoa City for months to come. For longtime fans, this is exactly the kind of high-stakes drama that makes the young and the restless must-watch television. At its core, Y&R has always thrived on legacy characters wrestling with ambition, betrayal, and the quest for redemption. Phyllis, Victor, and Kyle embody all of those themes, making their stories resonate deeply with viewers. As the weeks unfold, fans can expect fireworks, betrayals exposed, power struggles ignited, romances tested, and legacies threatened. Genoa City may never be the same once these games of fire, power, and gamble play out. The only certainty is that the fallout will be epic, and the consequences unforgettable.